Hey, are you talking about back in the day?
Nah, man. I'm talking about back in the day.
Back in the day. Back in the day. Back in the day. Back in the day.
Joining us today on the Back in the Day podcast from Comedy Central's Kevin Hart, Heart of the City, Comedy Central, former women's football player of the Dallas Elite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Elite.
Uh-huh.
And host of After That podcast. Sorry about that. Host of the After That podcast is Miss KeLanna Spiller. How are you today?
What's up? I'm good.
Thanks for coming in. We were talking about just doing shows post-COVID or during the whole COVID life. You said you hadn't gone up and done anything since COVID.
I have not, man. And like I'm looking forward to getting back on stage, but honestly, it's like, what in the hell am I going to talk about that everybody isn't already talking about?
Yeah, you don't want to do the whole I've been sitting in my house and
eating. You know what's weird about COVID?
Yeah.
COVID. You know what's crazy about COVID? I don't want to do all that.
Have you been able to write at all during all this?
Dude, I've jotted down ideas, not like full out bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, like if I think of something real quick, I'll put it in my notes, but I haven't like really expanded on, like added to it or anything.
Yeah, and you can't go test it out. Mm-hmm. It's like, where do I go? I mean, I guess you could. Now, mics are starting to open back up. Stuff's starting to open back up a little bit, but
yeah.
I'm not trying to go to an open mic right now where 73 people have touched this microphone.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I've written a couple things, and I have done 2 shows since stuff's been doing back, and I wrote one bit, and I've done it on both shows, and they both work, and it was about some stuff that I've experienced during this shutdown, but I'm with you. I don't know. I don't know.
It's just so weird. Like I went to Backdoor last weekend, and they have a nice setup. The host goes up on one side, and the comic comes up on the other side, and they use 2 separate mics, but it's still the same mic. It's not like the host has a mic and all the comics have one mic.
Okay.
So I when I watch, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. They're switching out the mics. But it's like, no, they just place it on this little stand that the next person just come up and grab it and go on stage. I'm like,
Well, Addison is giving you your own mics.
Really?
Yeah. So what they're doing is the show I did back in October, the beginning of October. Every comic had their own microphone, and they put it in a sealed bag. So they had sanitized it. It was in your bag, had your name on it, everything like that.
Yeah.
And then there was no host. So everyone just piggybacked. So when you're doing your set, you take the microphone off, walk off stage, next person comes in, puts their microphone in.
See, that's cool.
So that helps out a lot.
I can get with that because it is a lot of spit and funk on those mics.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can do it.
The first show I did coming back, I thought they were giving us separate mics, and they didn't. And I luckily I was second to go up, so only one person had gone up.
Yeah.
And they did an entire joke about they did like a 3-minute bit about hooking up with a stripper. And I had like Lysol wipes with me, so I like wiped down everything. And I was like, it's coronavirus, and this dude just said he had sex with a stripper.
Oh
So
my gosh,
we gotta make sure everything.
I know you milked that for like 2 or 3 minutes, right?
Exactly. I was like, I don't have to write jokes now.
It's COVID right here. I see it. It's COVID right here on his mic.
So talk to me. So where did you grow up? Did you grow up in the Metroplex?
I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
What brought you to Dallas?
Ooh, wasn't no jobs. It wasn't no jobs in Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff is a small town.
Okay.
When I was growing up, it's probably like 50,000 people.
Not tiny.
It's not tiny, but it's not like it's not like the city. And everybody kind of works at the same place. It's like you have 3 options. You have the paper mill, the chicken plant, and this place called Stant. I can't remember what they do. But it's those jobs where you got people who work there and work there for years and retire from these places. So it's very seldom that you can actually get a good job in Pine Bluff.
I got you.
Yeah, so it was one of those things where it's like, okay, well, my mom said she's moving to Dallas. Do I stay here or do I move with her? I was like 19, 20.
Yeah,
so I decided to just come with her.
Move out here, start over, start fresh, basically.
Yeah.
Growing
and
up,
not work at a GameStop for $7.20.
So you're in Pine Bluff, you're in Arkansas growing up. Had you thought about doing comedy while you were out there? or?
I mainly thought about doing radio when I was out there, but it wasn't, like I say, it's Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So we have a historical black college and community college, but nothing that really says. Growing up, you don't really see people do the things that you want to do. Like, I wanted to be a radio personality, but I didn't know anybody who did anything like that. I had no idea how to pursue that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was a dream of mine to do radio, but then I just didn't know how to obtain that goal. So it's just like, okay, just put it on the back burner and work.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
What kind of work were you doing when you were in Arkansas?
Again,
GameStop.
the chicken plant.
Oh, the chicken plant?
The chicken plant. Cutting open chickens, inspecting chickens, making sure there was no bacteria, making sure the gallbladder wasn't spilled out all up in there, and just making sure that chickens weren't contaminated.
I got you.
Yeah.
So, like, you're working at the chicken plant. People ever have a bad day? You're making sure stuff is not getting contaminated. Mm-hmm. When people are having a bad day, do they maybe, oh, this one's not contaminated, and just let it go?
I think I was one of those people because I worked overnight, so I definitely let some chickens pass by on the line that I didn't catch.
So salmonella, just
it's like, fuck it. It's green in there, but oh well, they'll catch it on the next one.
Nice. So you moved to Dallas. How soon in Dallas? What type of work do you do when you come out to Dallas?
So I worked at a chicken plant out here in Dallas too, because
that's in the blood, right?
It's in the blood. It's in the chicken blood and it's in my blood. But no, I just stuck with what I knew, man.
Mom, all my friends texting was like, I'm moving to get this fresh start. I gotta move away.
I don't want to work at Tyson Chicken. I want to work at Pilgrim Pride Chicken.
Hell no. Well, I'd be stuck doing the same thing.
Dude, I had so many jobs. I worked at the airport. I used to be like an assistant, like get all the handicapped people off the plane. Like I used to go from gate to gate. You had this little some little device. It pings the gate of where the person needs assistance, and you just go to the gate and help them off the plane and wheelchair them up the ramp. I've had so many jobs since I've been here. This is like the most stable I've been since being in Texas.
How long have you been here now? How many years have you been in Texas?
14 years.
14?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go, you do your chicken thing. What
do your chicken thing.
what eventually gets you into comedy?
My homegirl at the time when I was turning 30 years old, she was like, what's something that you've always wanted to do that you've never done? I said, man, I've always wanted to try stand up, but I never tried it. You know, I just used to tell my family, like, it's something that I might want to do. Then I told my cousin, he ended up doing it before I did. My cousin's Tyrell. So he started doing it first. So I used to go to the open mics and support him and stuff. And I saw it, but I just, stage fright. I was like, I don't know yet. I don't know. But my friend was like, okay, well, what's something that you've never done that you've always wanted to do? And I said, stand up. She's like, oh, okay, cool. So maybe that should be a gift to yourself because you always do a dinner. Like, do something different this year. I said, okay, I'm going to try it. So I signed up at the Arlington Improv. Mm-hmm. And I was watching all these videos as far as, like, tutorials. And I was just on YouTube researching, okay, like, what do I do? Like, I don't even know what to talk about. What do I do? And I just kept seeing the same advice, like, have 5 minutes. Have your first 5 minutes. Focus on your 5 minutes. I'm like, man, I've lived a life for 30 years. I think I can talk about something for 5 minutes. Shit. I started writing. I was like, wait, this don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, who do I be when I'm on stage? Do I be completely transparent? Do I do knock jokes? Do I do stock jokes? Like what kind of stuff do I talk about? I ended up talking about traffic in Texas, talking about my grandmother, and some other stuff. I didn't bomb though, thankfully. I didn't bomb.
I think people that continue to do comedy usually didn't bomb their first time. Mm-hmm. Because otherwise, if you bomb that first time, odds are you're probably not going to. It's usually that second or third time. Yeah. The first time, did you have a lot of friends that came out?
Yes.
Because you did it for your birthday, right?
Yeah.
So how many people came?
My immediate family, like my mom, my two sisters, and my brother, my football team, some of the people from my football team, the friend who convinced me to do it, and that was it.
Yeah, so you had a nice little crowd.
Yeah, I had a good support system.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went up, I was in college, and I think like 15 people came, right? And so you get off, and they're laughing at your jokes because they get your humor, because they know you, right? Yeah. And I remember I was like, man, this is easy, right? And the next time I went up, nobody was there that I knew. And I got like a, you know, like, ha ha.
Hilarious.
You know, so you go, you start doing open mics. How long are you doing open mics before you start getting on shows?
How long was it? Maybe like 6 months.
6 months? Mm-hmm. And then
like 6 months.
What's the process of, you know, we had Alfred Kanga on earlier, so he was on Heart of the City too.
Yeah.
Talk to me more, and he didn't go real in depth in that, but talk to me about the process of how that happened. Explain kind of what Heart of the City is, and then go and how everything happened with that.
Okay. Well, Heart of the City is a show on Comedy Central, produced by Kevin Hart, created by his friend Joey Wells. So Joey Wells is the brains behind it. He basically presented the idea to Kevin, like, hey, let's go into these, you know, cities where people wouldn't necessarily have an opportunity to showcase their talent. Let's go to these cities and give them their first TV credit. So let's go to the most unknown places and see what their talent is like. They had season 1 and 2. Season 1 was in Houston. Alfred was on that one.
Okay.
And he hit me up, and he was like, hey, they're doing a Heart of the City 3 in Dallas, and they want me to get 20 or 21 of the best comics here in the DFW for an opportunity to be on the show. Are you interested? And I was like, hell yeah, I'm interested. Like, come on, dude. I've been doing this for 5 years. I just been doing local shows. I've been going, you know, I was doing festivals and stuff like that, but never had an opportunity to like be on TV. This was my first time. So I'm like, yeah, I want to do it. I'm interested. They're like, okay, cool. So you know, it's gonna be for TV. So you're gonna have to be clean. And that was one of my biggest fears, because I'm like, I don't know how to be clean. Like I just talk the way that I talk.
Yeah.
Whatever come out, it just comes out. I don't know how to filter myself. At least I thought I didn't. But then that was one of the biggest things that I was like, you know, I'm nervous. I'm scared. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. But then somehow my friends and family came to that one too. Majority of the people in the crowd, I believe, was my people. And that was real confident for me, because first of all, I was just nervous as hell.
So it was like a showcase, right? You did a showcase
it was a
first.
showcase.
Did all 20 of you guys go on the same day?
No, they broke it up.
Okay.
They broke it up, I believe, between 3 days.
Okay, because that would be a beating.
Yeah, it was too much. They broke it up between 3 days, and we didn't find out until like 2 or 3 months later. And I was at work at my full-time job, sitting at my desk, typing an email, just like minding my own business. I get a message from Alfred. He like, hey, are you, hey, I think you got it, or he said, stay by the phone. There's a number, a 405 number is gonna call you. Stay by the phone. I'm like, oh God, here it go. It's happening. Oh my God, is this it?
You're like cussing everybody out. Yeah. Hey, it's over.
It's over.
Here's my notice. Remember that?
Quit.
And like then it's one show. Calm down.
It's one, ma'am. Calm down. It's one show. You ain't made it yet. Calm your ass down. So I'm sitting there like, oh my God. So I'm just typing. I told my supervisor, hey, I think it's about to happen. Okay, I think it's about to happen. She was like, go, hurry up, reserve a conference room. And then he's like, okay, he's about to call. So then I go into the conference room. Me and my supervisor, we're sitting just like this, and we're just sitting watching the phone. Then a number pop up. Hello, is this KeLanna Spiller? I'm like, yeah. All right, cool. You sitting down? I say, what? Are you sitting down? Yeah, yes, sir. I'm sitting down. Okay, well, this is Brandon Carter. I'm one of the producers at the Heart of the City show here with Kevin Hart and MTV. I mean, not MTV. And Comedy Central. Yeah, and I just want to know, are you ready for your life to be changed? I'm like, what? Why are you making it seem like like I'm gonna go on a cruise or something? Pack your bags, like, dude, calm down. So he's just like, we finna change it. Like, well, I just want to say, congratulations. You are one of the persons selected for season 3 Heart of the City in Dallas. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I think I started crying, but I was just so excited. You know, I was a little emotional.
Yeah.
Just so dramatic.
And you're like, but could you have not been so cheap?
Yeah.
Are you ready for your life to change?
Are you sitting down? Like, yes, I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down.
Let me hear the chair.
Is it squeaking? Rock from side to side. Let me hear it squeak.
Yeah.
Sir, calm down.
So then they fly you guys. Did you film in Dallas? Did y'all film the show in Dallas, or you filmed it in L.A.?
No, we filmed we did the stand up part in Dallas, and then the interview portion with Kevin Hart in L.A.
Where did y'all film the stand up part?
The Black Academy of Arts and Letters.
Where's that?
In
at?
downtown Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So what was the experience like with your comedy career after that is released?
I got a lot of opportunities. I headlined the Plano Comedy Festival last year for the first time. I just got more bookings. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some auditions to be in a movie and stuff, but COVID hit and all that. Just kind of fell down. Yeah.
After that. So you're doing comedy, and then while you're doing comedy, kind of at the same time, you're also, and this is, I think you're an amazing comic, but also one of the more interesting things about you is that you also played professional women's football, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get into that?
Dude, I have loved football. I'm from a football town. Pine Bluff we eat, sleep, and just breathe football. Friday nights, you watch the high school. Saturdays, you watch the college.
What college is there?
University of Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Okay.
UAPB.
Okay.
The Golden Lions. Yeah. So we watch high school football, and then you have the college on Saturday. So it's like that's all we do there. And I've always wanted to play, but of course they didn't let girls play when I was in high school or in school ever. So.
Did you play like pickup football in the neighborhood?
Yeah, like two-hand touch with my cousins and stuff. Yeah.
Because when I was growing up, we had this one girl in one of my buddies' neighborhoods, and we would play like pickup basketball, pickup football over there all the time, right? And she's tough, man. she would like light people up. Like we play tackle football, and I remember this one day we were playing, and I had just came back from an injury, some kind of ankle or something. I got it. If they just, I need my parents to like make a flip book of all my X-rays growing up, because I got injured every season. Every season, man. I've been having a good season, and I'd miss 4 games because I'd do something to my ankle.
Why did you keep playing sports?
Well, I finally quit.
Okay.
And so I was coming back from something, and it was like I just got cleared to play again. We're like 11, 12 or whatever.
Right.
And we're playing at my buddy's house. We're playing tackle football in the street, or in the grass, which was always dangerous as hell. I don't know why our parents were letting us just like, NFL blitz style football in the back in the front yard. And she lights me up. I mean, just destroys me. And all my friends like jump, go, hey, calm down. He just got back from an injury. And I'm like, hey, I appreciate you got my back, but you're making me feel a little uncomfortable. That this 110-year-old girl, 110-pound girl.
That didn't hurt?
Yeah, I'm good. We don't need to make a bigger deal about this girl just lighting me up.
Your pinky just hanging on your hand. I'm good, man.
Y'all are acting
I'm
like
good.
this 6'3", 225-pound dude just hit me. And this little tiny girl just knocked me out. So you played two-hand touch growing up. So you get into how does the football happen? Walk us through how getting on the professional team.
I started playing in 2010, and I've always played sports growing up. And when I moved out here, I just kind of worked and drank and went to the club and just wasn't active. And I started gaining all this weight. I'm like, ugh. This looks nasty. Let me do something about it. Why is this fat hanging over these jeans like that? So I was just like, oh, I need to get back active. And then I just miss being like a part of a team, So I went and tried out for this team called the Lone Star Mustangs, and that was the first team I played with. So that's how I started, because I just was out of shape and stuff.
So you start playing with a team. What position did you play?
Right guard when I first started.
Right guard. Mm-hmm. So obviously, it's professional. The games are competitive. I've seen pictures of it, and I've seen stuff on it. So I mean, it's like legit football is happening. But like you said, most girls growing up, they're not getting the opportunity to play. They might play with their brothers. They might play with some friends. They might play some two-hand touch. The girls that are playing on these teams, what are their background? Like, what sports are getting them into playing football? Like, I guess maybe like, you know what I mean? Like, how did they...
They
assimilate into that?
They range from they have a lot of like different backgrounds. Like some women came from softball, some came from track, basketball. Like most of the women who play, they have some form of athletic experience.
And so, what are those games like? The crowds like? Are you traveling for it?
Mm-hmm. We travel for it. Mainly the regular season, you play all local. So if we do travel, we'll probably go to like Houston or Austin. So it's not like out of state. Once you start getting into like the playoffs and stuff like that, that's when you have to travel out of state.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how big is the league that you were in?
The first league I was in was called the WFA, the Women's Football Alliance, and there were like over 60 teams.
60 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but then my friend Odessa Jenkins, she launched the WNFC, like the Women's National Football Conference, I believe that's what it's. Yeah, and she started that one, so it's like 20 to 30 something teams in that one, I believe. If I'm not, I could be lying. I'm not sure. It's not 60. But it's like 20 to 30 teams, and that's when we went to Vegas for the championship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So growing up, you said you played a lot of sports. Mm-hmm. What sports did you play growing up?
Basketball and softball.
Basketball and softball?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fast pitch.
Fast pitch.
Let me clarify. Fast pitch. Not none of that slow shit.
What did you play in softball?
Catcher? Yeah.
Man, I got a story about softball.
What happened?
So I was a pretty decent baseball player. And I was a good hitter in middle school. And there was one day the girls softball team, like the girls that I went to middle school with that were all on this one like really good softball team.
Right.
They were out practicing outside of our middle school. There was like a backstop, everything out there. And they had this one pitcher who was supposed to be like legit or whatever, man. And everyone was talking about, oh, she's so good or whatever. We were out there. One of my buddies were like back out there. And I don't even know why we were out there, but we were out there. And they were like, we bet you guys can't hit off of whatever her name was. And I was like, nah, not bad. I'm betting like 600 this season. I'll get it. I'll get it.
Calm down.
I'll get
it.
Hit. So I go up. Man, I don't even make contact with any.
And that was your second encounter with a woman.
Yeah, man. These girls are just all
your life you had to fight against women.
And then now I got 2 daughters and a wife. Like, it's like nonstop.
These women steady whipping your ass.
But it was insane because, baseball, the pitcher is back.
Yeah.
You got 60 feet, right? They're back, and then that ball, the way it travels at you, the difference. Softball, it rises.
Yeah.
Right? The way that it's thrown, it's coming to you, it rises. Baseball, it dips. I couldn't see that ball, and it's pink or whatever color. It's coming at me, and she's 6 feet out. How close? It looked like she just tossed it at me.
Yeah.
Right from there, and it was really embarrassing. I didn't make contact. And the next day, they were talking trash to me at school. I was like, so you played catcher. So name of my podcast is called Back in the Day, and we focus on, just stories from growing up, stories just how you become the person you are, like we've talked about so far. This season, I'm focusing on people telling me stories of either their greatest athletic achievement or their favorite athletic achievement. What's one that you have for me?
Oh, greatest or favorite? Okay. Well, I just want to say I have 4 rings in women's football.
Okay. You want to talk about that first?
I just want to throw that out there.
Okay, 4 of them.
I
count them.
I have 4.
Like everyone talking about LeBron.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get your 4?
Oh, 10 years.
That's it.
Within the span of 10 years, 4. Yeah, 4. I'm most proud of the 3rd one though, because we went to the championship game 2 years in a row.
Okay.
We made it to the championship 2 years in a row, and then the 3rd one we finally got it.
Nice.
And it was one of those games where like all the plays were working. We were like the first play out the gate. The first play we scored on was a reverse.
Nice.
Yeah, like we were. It was like a sweep left and then reverse back to with the wide receiver, and everybody fell for it. She was on the right side of the field by herself, and she could have moonwalked into the touchdown. Like she could have literally walked from the 5-yard line into the touchdown. So I believe that my 3rd ring was I'm most proud of that one. But I think my greatest athletic accomplishment would be when I was playing softball in high school, and I believe we were down like 2 runs. I can't remember the inning, but I remember I stole home plate.
Oh,
and that's hard.
Yeah,
especially when the ball is in the pitcher's hands.
No error, nothing.
No error. Like I tagged third after she pitched it. The catcher caught it. She swung. It was a strike or whatever. So the catcher threw it back to the pitcher. So she had a habit of looking down in her glove and throwing the ball in and out the glove as she was setting up to pitch again. But her back was turned to everybody. Like she didn't have, her field awareness was trash. Mm-hmm. So she was just walking around throwing the ball in and out the glove, just walking, looking down. And I noticed it, and I said, okay, you know what? If she do it again on the second one, I'm a run. I'm steal.
And for the listeners that aren't aware of softball rules, and maybe you're just more familiar with baseball, you cannot lead off, right? Or you can't take a lead. You can't lead from the base.
No, you can't lead. You can't lead. Well, okay. I don't know how it is now, but then no, you couldn't.
Yeah, you have to have a foot on the base.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to have a foot on the base. Now, when she throw it, of course, I can run.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when she set back up, I have to tag third first.
Yeah, because in baseball, you can lead off that bag all you want.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you can take... Have you ever noticed when you're watching baseball, and there's a runner on first, mm-hmm. the first baseman will be on the bag.
Yeah.
Like he'll be like straddling the bag because the runner will take a lead. And that's why you see like a pitcher will look over to the batter, then he'll look back at the runner because if he doesn't check on that runner can just take off.
Yeah, see, and that was her problem. She didn't check anybody. She was just like, I don't know why. It just seemed like she was at practice and it was just her and the catcher. And she just going through reps or something. I don't know. But I noticed it and I said, okay, if she do it again on this one, I'm going to run. So I tagged third. I stood on third for a minute. Then when she set up and, she pitched the ball or whatever, catcher threw it back to her and she did it again. And that's when I took off. And I slid and I was safe and I was like, tied the game, but we end up winning.
Nice.
Yeah, but that play right there let everybody, because it was a team that used to always beat us. I think it was like the Sheridan Yellow Jackets or some shit.
So were they a big rivalry?
Yeah, and they were all. Here's the thing: in Pine Bluff, we got fast pitch. I believe my sophomore year, so it was new to us. And when we did play in the community, it was slow pitch. These girls were playing together from childhood on up to high school. So even Sheridan is a small town. So, they had these girls and they've been playing together. It's kind of like AAU basketball. Mm-hmm. Yeah, once you with a group and you play all the way up from elementary to high school, that's just how it is. So they were much more experienced than us. But that play, it sparked everybody up like, okay, yeah, we can win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, winning that game. What are the crowds like at the softball game? Since it's a new sport to the town, are there a lot of people from the high school going to those games? Or
I don't know about now, but then it was kind of slow, but then it picked up as the years went on.
Yeah, especially y'all beat that team down.
Yeah.
So then you're back at school. It's like, hey, I don't know if y'all know.
Right. I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? You see the patches on the Letterman jacket. You see it.
See this right here? This is a scar from when I stole home.
Do you know how hard it is to steal home?
It's like 40 feet. I ran. I don't know if you know this, but there's dudes in Carrollton, Texas right now that are getting struck out by girls in middle schools.
Name he Mike P, but I ain't gonna say no name.
That's how close the pitcher's mound is, and I stole home. Why don't y'all come to a game every now and then?
Yeah, so I believe that was the greatest one.
That's the greatest one?
Yeah.
Are you still playing football?
No, I don't play anymore.
When did you retire?
Last year.
Last year?
Mm-hmm.
What are the facilities like? Okay, where did y'all play? Where were y'all's home games at?
High school stadiums.
Where was it? Which high school did y'all play at?
Alfred Lowe's. Is that how you pronounce it? Alfred Lowe's Stadium in Addison.
Oh, is it TCA's? What school is that? Is that Trinity Christian?
I'm not sure. No, you know what? I take that back. They switched to it's a Christian school in Plano.
Oh, Prestonwood?
Yeah.
Okay. Six Flags Over Jesus?
Yeah. That big one.
Presto World?
That's exactly what it is. It's an amazing stadium. Yes, the Bapto Dome. Yeah. Touchdowns for Christ.
Yeah. Touchdown, Jesus. Hallelujah. Man, I'm not gonna. I can't go on. Prestonwood does some good things, but I won't divulge into that.
Yeah.
But I've coached a basketball and football teams in the inner city, and we played our games at Prestonwood, and we held our own in basketball, but football, man, we got ran because it's like the kids that you're talking about. It's those kids that have played, like the Sheridan team, that have played together from the time they're 5.
Exactly.
And man, we're 6th graders, okay, and we played this one team. It was Highland Park. Highland Park was playing it. And this one kid was calling the plays at the line of scrimmage. He was looking. The coaches weren't doing anything. He's audibling. Like
Oh my God.
He's like checking down. He's like looking at the stuff. He's like calling stuff. He's throwing pass. He threw this 40-year-old bomb. I looked at our other coach. I said, "Look, we gotta get this kid's autograph." And we played again.
Now I'm interested, Mike. Have you ever had a winning season in anything? Like what's going? Like I need to know.
All right, let me tell you.
Give me a victory.
Let me
here.
give you some victories. All right. So basketball. Now I'm gonna brag a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, basketball. 4th through 7th grade, 6th. I don't know. 4th-ish through 6th or 7th grade. My youth basketball team was probably the greatest youth basketball team of all time.
Okay.
All right, like I would put us up against any team, and we knew it too. Like right, that was when the Bulls were out. You know, that was the second three-peat. We were running a three-peat while the Bulls were running the second three-peat.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Tony.
We lost 2.
Tony Kukoc,
yeah,
right?
we lost. I was more like Rodman with an outside shot.
Okay.
So we lost 2 games. We lost our first game ever that we played by like 1, and then we went on this crazy win streak, and then we lost the 5th grade championship by 1, and then we didn't lose any other times. Yeah. So we were legit, man. We beat this one team. Like, I think it was in the 80s to 4, because they didn't have in basketball. They didn't have a run rule. They didn't have like a mercy rule.
Yeah.
And so we were up something to 0 at halftime.
Oh my.
And the coaches, the refs came to our coach, and because you couldn't full court press unless you were down, but we did a half court trap. We did this half court trap on teams,
y'all just pushing it at this
because
point.
our coach, you know, it was like dad coaching you, but our coach played college basketball, and I think he tried out for the Mavericks or something. Like he was like a legit basketball player and a legit basketball mind. And we had good athletes, and we had height, and we had, you know, everything. Yeah. And we had such a good coach. So we would do this half court trap, and so they came to our coach at halftime, like, "Can y'all stop doing that trap?" He's like, yeah. And so our coach told us, he was like, "Y'all can only shoot threes the rest of the second half." And that was before, you know, where the 3-ball was an actual, you know, now if you go to a little kid's 5th grade team, those kids can shoot threes because they've been watching Steph Curry for the last 7 years knocked down. So everybody has learned how to shoot 3 at a young age. They didn't even let you shoot threes when I was growing up. You know, I mean, they let you, but no one was coaching it. Yeah. Like even when I coached,
it was always drive to the basket.
Yeah, drive to the basket, get the easy shot, look for the easy shot. But now they're like, it's like statistics, like analytics have came in and said, shoot the 3 if you have the 3, right? So we're just jacking up threes the second half. Our coach like changed the lineups up, like our 5 was playing the 1, you know, all this type of stuff. So yeah, I mean, I got some wins in there. Okay. You know, but there was also a lot of bads. I played on this baseball team in 8th grade where it was like the Bad News Bears.
Oh no!
Because I didn't play 1 year, and so I mostly played on these other teams, you know, and I played on this one team for like 5 years. Yeah. And so I didn't play this one season, and so the next season I came in, I have teams, so you have to go to the draft, right? Yeah. And so I was the first pick, which. That's not anything to brag about because the other kids I don't think could even swing a bat because everyone else, the good kids are on a team, right? So I go to the worst team because they're the first, you know, I got the first pick. Right. Man, we would lose games like 20-1. There was one game where we lost. I threw a no-hitter and we lost the game still, you know. So you're a pretty good pitcher then. I was a good baseball player, and then I quit to do to theater.
Oh man.
I quit sports to do theater. So, I was a decent baseball player. But okay, so we talked about your greatest athletic achievement from back in the day. What is the most athletic thing you've done in the last 6 to 12 months?
Jump rope.
Jump rope?
Yeah.
Competitive?
No.
Like jump rope for heart? Like to the music?
No, just skipping rope as a way to work out. Just to keep the cardio going.
Okay. How long are you doing that for? How long can you go without stopping?
100 skips.
100 skips?
Yeah.
How long does it take to do 100 skips?
I don't
Give
know.
or take.
I've never. I don't know. Maybe a minute. I don't know.
About a minute?
Yeah.
Dude, jumping rope's no joke.
It is, especially when you have breasts. Oh my gosh! I had to wear 2 bras the other day.
Oh man,
like, this is out of control.
This is costing me money.
Yeah. These girls are heavy.
Oh,
but
man.
no, it really is. But it's better than running to me. I don't know, something. I guess from bending down all those years playing football and playing center and guard and all that stuff. My knees are like terrible. But running, I just can't. If I run, it has to be sprints.
I understand
the long running, the miles and miles on end, I can't do that.
I hate running. I'm training for a marathon right now, and
I thought they canceled it.
It's canceled, but I'm still training.
You still training?
Well, okay. It's canceled, but they canceled it after I did 23 weeks of training. And the program was only a 24-week program. So it's like, I'm not going to not run these 26 miles.
True.
So what we're going to do, we're throwing our own Juicy Jogger Nation marathon.
When?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
More than likely, it's going to be December 13th, which was the same day of the Dallas Marathon. We don't know where we're going to do it yet. We're going to try to make it some kind of a small event or whatever. But I'm real tempted to just go run out in my neighborhood and
just
get it over
do
with.
it. Yeah.
Because I can't do this anymore. I want to see my family again.
Yeah.
On Sundays, I will wake up some Sundays because I had to do 20 miles a couple weeks ago. And I left my house.
Wait, 20 miles, like just straight?
Yeah. I didn't run. None of my runs, unless it's like 4 miles, am I able to go without stopping to walk.
Okay.
So,
that's how I am with a mile. Like, I'll get to like point 7, and then it's like, okay, I gotta walk now.
Yeah.
But I want to run the whole thing.
I'm not worried about speed or anything like that. I'm just trying to complete the amount of miles that I'm supposed to do, right?
Okay.
So I did 20 miles. It took me 4 hours and 11 minutes. Like 4 hours. My headphones died. That's like fully. My headphones are fully charged.
I'm sick of this. Sir, go home.
Yeah, I don't think my headphones have ever died. Like unless I leave them out, right?
And the volume just goes lower and lower.
And they fully died, and I had like 2 miles left, and I was like, we're going to see some mental toughness today, Michael.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, you can't zone out. But yeah, we're gonna run it eventually.
So how much weight have you lost since training for this?
Not very much. Which is,
you sound so defeated.
Okay, there was that one moment. I was like 6 weeks in. I'm running my ass off dying because the first 3 weeks, it was so bad that every part of my body hurt that like there was one day, I've been saying this on this podcast. I haven't really told anyone this. There was one day when I got done running that I cried in my room because I was in so much pain. I was like, you can't even run. You want to better yourself,
right?
And you're crying,
You're crying.
And I'm looking at myself in the mirror, like, you gonna cry about this, like, and I was so mad at myself.
Then your wife come in like, babe, what's wrong? I just can't do it anymore.
I mean, I'm buying knee braces, I'm taking ice baths, I'm doing all kinds of stuff. So, there was that one moment, I'm 6 weeks in, and I hadn't even stepped on the scale, right? Because it's like, I don't really care. I'm not doing this for that. And I weighed 4 pounds more. And I'm like, 4 pounds?
Did you change your diet too?
I think what happened is that when I started, I was dieting. I had been dieting for like 8 weeks before that. And so I was actually kind of down to a weight that was a little bit lower than I normally walk around at.
Okay.
But when I started running, I was hungry constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just eating everything. I
Yeah.
couldn't get full, right? So I think that was what. But so since, and mind you, I think tomorrow I will hit 500 miles.
Wow.
I've only lost 10 pounds.
That's still good though.
Yeah, but I can lose 20 pounds by just dieting
Yeah.
and not even trying. You know what I mean?
And
Just-
it's real easy for men to lose weight too.
Yeah.
So
it's a frustrating experience, but I mean, it's been painful. It was funny, like my buddy that I started the Juicy Jogger Nation with, you know, which turned into this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one that we were training for the marathon together. He goes, "What you know about me and you getting called out 3 different times today about not?" He's like, about us getting called out 3 different times about our weight by 3 different people. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "I went to my dad's house today," and he goes, "Man, you been running all this? You losing any weight?" He goes, "No, I haven't lost any weight." And he goes, "Has Mike lost any weight?" He's like, "No, he hasn't lost any weight either." And he goes, and so then someone else asked him about it, it, and then his mom didn't ask about, told him. She's like, "You know, I'm watching these videos. You and Mike ain't losing any weight." You know, she goes, "It's not about that, Mom." You know, like,
It's about my endurance.
yeah. All right, we're just trying to complete. It's about motivating a nation. All right. All right. Well, yeah. So
But
it's
you say y'all not even focused on losing weight, so it doesn't even matter, right?
no, we don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been multiple times where I'll run, because on Sundays when we do our big runs, right? So I'll knock out and run at the most loosely term ever, because it's not very fast. You know, I'll gallop, 10 miles and get home and, crush 2 donuts, whatever,
Okay.
So it's not,
that's what it is.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not, I'm not trying to lose weight. I don't know if I could diet and train like that at the same time.
Understood.
Because one, I don't have the self-discipline. I'm already disciplining myself enough
to run.
to run.
Yeah.
Let me just do one thing at a time. You know what I mean? Like if I was to try to diet and make myself run 4 or 5 times a week, that ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
I gotta have something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then eventually you'll just stop because you're just like, you know what? What's the point?
Yeah.
I can't do anything. Like I'm not drinking right now. I'm not eating what I want to eat. All I'm doing is running and eating greens.
Yeah.
Like,
I told my wife, I was like, I need this to end. It's ruining our weekends. Because I'm going to bed early on Saturday, so I can wake up early on Sunday, and then Sunday I just shuffle around the house in pain, feel like hungover and stuff.
see, does she ever run with you?
No, she's not really a run. Well, when we got little kids, so it's
Okay.
like she could leave. We couldn't both leave the house for 4 hours.
Oh,
know.
now I get it. You run to escape the family.
No.
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah,
playing.
that's what I'm running from. That's what I'm like, why run all these miles from this?
4 hours
of
of daddy, I want this, daddy, I want that, or
Yeah.
4 hours of
But everyone
solitude?
keeps telling me that, like, how does your wife let you go for 4 hours? Like, that's a long time. Like, you got 2 small kids. I'm like, well, I don't think you guys understand. Like, I'm leaving the house at like 4 a.m. So,
Oh, see, I didn't know it was that early.
yeah. So I'm leaving. The day that I ran 20 miles, I left my house at 4 a.m.
Okay.
And I got back at like 8:10 or something like that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but the rest of the day, I'm just shot. Like, I'm like, I feel hungover the entire rest of the day. I can't hydrate. Like, I could drink 4 gallons of water and I can't hydrate. Finally, my wife bought me these little hydration things. So I drink one of them the night before. And then I drink one after the run. And now I don't feel so hungover. But it's crazy. I had another question for you about, I believe, the women's football. What would you okay? The travel, when you guys would travel, is it buses? Are you traveling on buses, or did they fly you guys out for the games? Like when you went to Vegas, did they fly? They treat you guys not? They treat you guys?
Yeah, well, they treat us well. Initially, like in the early stages of women's football, people had to fund their own travel.
Okay.
Yeah, but as the years went on, teams started developing plans where you can like get a sponsor, and somebody can sponsor you, so they can make donations throughout the year, so to help you travel and stuff. But the last year I played, we had an investor who who took care of the entire team.
Nice.
Yeah, and he flew us out there, and we were good to go.
Nice. So when do you think you're going to get back up on stage?
I was thinking tonight at Backdoor.
Really?
Yeah.
You going to do a set tonight?
I might.
Drop in?
I might drop
You going to do like mostly older stuff, or what are you thinking?
I don't know. I might throw out an old one just to settle in, but I don't know. I might freestyle it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hey, this has been so much fun. Tell people where they can find you. Plug everything you got going on.
You can find me on social media, KeLanna Spiller. That's my name across the board. No special characters, no nothing. Just KeLanna Spiller.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can make sure you check out KeLanna. You can find me on Instagram at HeHeMikeP. You can find me on Facebook at Facebook.com/Michael Pasvar. Make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast so you can know when the next episode drops. You guys have a great day.